Hello everyone! Today I want to share with you my top 5 plugins for PHPStorm every developer should know. Those plugins will help you bring your coding skills to the next level. Please watch this video till the end and I will share a bonus plugin with you. So let's get started. The first plugin is for developers who want to be more efficient and save some time while coding. The plugin is called Key Promoter X, and it helps you to learn essential shortcuts while you are working. You can find it in Marketplace by searching for Promoter. There are two versions of this plugin. This one is outdated and no longer supported, so you need this one. After you install it, you will have a tool window where you can see a hit list of all mouse actions you use the most and shortcuts you can use instead. So every time you use the mouse action inside the PHPStorm, the plugin will show you the keyboard shortcut that you should have used instead. This provides an easy way to learn how to replace tedious mouse work with keyboard keys and helps the transition to faster mouse-free development. I personally found this plugin really helpful for learning new shortcuts in a seamless and very natural way. So imagine you have a class or a method that you want to rename, and you use a mouse action, right-click, refactor, rename, and the plugin tracks this action and suggests you to use shortcut instead, and you can accept it or just be informed about it, or you can hide this. So you can change the number of clicks, for example, for mouse action to 10, and after you repeat 10 times the same action, notification will be shown only after this amount. So you can check this configuration, what might be helpful to you, and we proceed to the next plugin. So the next plugin is a plugin for the framework of your choice. Would it be a Laravel project you are working on, or any other framework like Symfony, Drupal, WordPress or Joomla? There is a plugin for it to increase the development speed, efficiency and make your day-to-day job easier. Consider an example with the Symfony framework. There is a Symfony support plugin, which is a huge helper. You can find it in the Marketplace by typing, if you go to plugins, Marketplace, you can type in Symfony, but most probably it will be already on the featured section. But anyway, you can type Symfony and you will have this Symfony support result. You can install it, and one thing to mention though, you need to activate the plugin after installation. So after you install the plugin, you go to Settings, Languages and Frameworks, PHP, then Symfony, and you need to be sure that this check mark is enabled, otherwise plugin will not work. In general, plugin gives you a lot of features for free, things like dependency injection for the container, references inside the configuration files, doctrine support for annotations, routing, templates, forms and others. Mainly it gives you the possibility to navigate between the source or the usage of something, or it could be an auto-completion. I will give you a quick example to demonstrate the possibilities of the plugin. So consider example with the container. Whenever you are accessing the container and you want to get something from the container, you normally will not have any auto-completion inside the get method from the container, but if the plugin is enabled, you probably want to type something and you will have all the possibilities from the container. Anything that is inside, you can type and get it. right from the container. So this is the one option. Another one, for example, you can try YAML configuration. Once you're in the config, we will take the example with framework configuration, and we have some parameters set to some parameter value, and you can have auto-completion for all parameters that inside the configuration, and you can also see existing ones and your custom defined parameters as well. So for example, if we don't want to have this value from the region, we will take from our parameter some param and we will have it. But more important that you will have access to all the parameters that are registered in the configuration. So I think it's also helpful too. So the next thing is that we have templates, and inside templates we have different goodies. I would say we have auto-completion, we have navigation to the source. For example, if we have a link and it has a path to the controller action, for example, this one is should navigate to blog index action of the controller. So by pressing Command B or just navigating Command and mouse click, you will get into the blog controller and index action, and you can check what you need inside this method and go back to where you came from. There are a lot of other features that you might discover on your own, but this must-have plugin will save you a lot of time during the development of your application. And we are moving to the next plugin. The following plugin is PHP Inspections EA Extended, which is a static code analyzer. With this plugin, you will get a set of additional inspections on top of the default built-in inspections of PHPStorm. This is one of the best plugins I have ever used. Whenever I am in a new environment, I install it first. It helps in finding hidden bugs and avoiding typical mistakes. It boosts up developers' productivity without interrupting workflow with on-the-fly analysis and automatic fixes. You will learn how to write clean code from the first day of using it and become a better developer. To install the plugin, go to Marketplace and search for PHP Inspections. There are two versions of this plugin. This one is free, EA Extended, and EA Ultimate is paid one. You better start with the free one. You try it and then you decide what to use. From what I know, Ultimate is a bit of more extended version of this basic free version. In general, plugin covers different areas like architecture related issues, performance issues, non-optimal or duplicate or suspicious if conditions, problems with regular expressions, a variety of time-consuming bugs, PHPUnit API usage, and much more. So once you install the plugin, you probably want to try and inspect the code on your source folder. So right-click on the source folder, inspect the code, and click OK. Then you will have a separate section for PHP Inspections EA Extended, where you will see categorized warnings or errors that was found by the plugin. So in this section, for example, probable bugs, you will see that there is null reference inspection. What does it mean? It finds probable bugs where you have an object that could be null and you are chaining a method on it. And for example, this getAuthor method returns user or null. And you basically cannot get full name on a user that could be null. You probably need to make a check whether it's null or not. If it's null, maybe you want to have a different logic for it. So there are other issues found. For example, in the control flow, we have redundant else keyword, like for example here, and you can see that there is if-else condition and each one returns a boolean value. So this one could be extracted and the inspection says so. What is very good about this plugin is that you can automatically fix this kind of issues. Whenever you see a bulb, that means that it can be auto-fixed. Then you click on this bulb, split the workflows, and you will see it like this. The other option is to click Ctrl Enter or Option Enter on Mac is the same. You can split. So basically you want to check all the found issues and decide whether you want to deactivate some of them. But before deactivating, you could check whether you can configure this inspection in a different way. Maybe you can lower the severity level. To do so, you can go to all the inspections. You go to Editor, Inspections, and PHP Inspections EA Extended will be in a different section. So you will see all these inspections listed by categories, and you can configure different inspections. For example, you can change the severity level and maybe some configuration depending on the type of the issue, type of the inspection. So it's a really must-have plugin. I highly recommend installing it and try it, and we are going to the next one. The next plugin is called To Support You in Writing and Maintaining Tests. Let's assume you have a test where you mock an object. In this case, it's tag repository that we are mocking via mock object of PHPUnit framework. And this repository has a method find by tag that we are trying to mock here. And the bad thing is that when you want to search for usages of that method, or if you rename a method, you need to maintain all the places where it's used, and tests is the one that is not showing you by default by the native PHPStorm tools. So if you want to try to navigate to that method of the repository from this mocked method, you are not able to do so. You need to go to repository and manually search find by tag, and this is not convenient at all. So what I'm trying to show you is the plugin that will cover all the things you need in writing tests. So you can go to Marketplace and find PHPUnit Enhancement. Yep. And you install this plugin. After you install it, you need to enable it, and after that you are able to navigate to the usages of the method. So now it shows us the test case where it's used inside the mocked method find by tag by. And what nice thing is about this plugin is that you can navigate to source again, and when you rename a method, it will also be renamed in all the usages, including the test case. So if we refactor rename For example, find by tag names. Then we go again to usages, and we see that find by tag names method was also renamed in the mocked methods. Apart from that, you can see that plugin has smart auto completion, so I can find and then it will show me all the methods possible inside this repository or this object, and you can use it as expected. I hope you will find this plugin very useful, as I do, and we are moving to the next plugin. The next plugin is actually an app managing different IDEs of JetBrains. It's called JetBrains Toolbox, and it's available for Mac, Linux and Windows. The app offers a free community versions of Python and Java IDEs. It also provides tools for learning Python, Java and Kotlin designed by professional developers. On the Tools tab you can see all available and installed IDEs of JetBrains. You can install a certain version of PHPStorm or any other IDE and update them in the future manually or automatically. For example, you want to go to settings and updates, then you can install update automatically, and you can choose whether you should update to release version or the early access program version, which might be interesting that you can try some latest features, but it could be buggy, so you might not want to do it in production. There is also a projects tab where you can see the list of all recent projects you were working on, which might be quite useful. That's all about JetBrains Toolbox app. I will place the link in the description to this video, and we are moving to the bonus plugin. If you like Google Material Design and want to change the appearance and behavior of PHPStorm, there is a Material Theme UI plugin for it. I have a video on how to install and configure this plugin. You can check it out. Before we finish, I would also recommend you to go through all installed plugins and disable the ones you don't need. So inside the plugins installed, you will see all the plugins will be enabled by default from the very beginning of when you install the PHPStorm, but most probably you will not have to have all them enabled. For example, PHP frameworks, Drupal, Joomla, WordPress, you might not need them, you can disable if you don't working on them, and there are a lot of other that you can also disable. Sometimes they could be a reason for the performance issues or short battery life if you are working from the laptop. I want to thank you guys for watching this video till the very end. All links for mentioned plugins will be in the description to this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. If this video was helpful to you, hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, you can subscribe to my channel. Bye and see you in the next videos.